One of the big questions a lot of businesses are asking themselves is, what should my marketing budget actually be? What should it look like? It's a great question. And if you're watching this video, you'd probably like a simple answer. I wish it was that easy. It's not going to be that easy, but we are going to break this down in a way that you can answer this question a little bit better and know where to spend your marketing dollars. So, in order to really answer this question, we need to take a look at your marketing and sales funnel and do an analysis, which we're going to do together right now, to see what the marketing budget should actually look like. Here's a very generic look at a marketing funnel. It's totally fine. We're going to utilize this as an example. The first question that you need to ask yourself is my database big enough, right? If you have a small database, then you have a problem with saying, like, how many people can you actually reach to convert people from the top of the funnel into the middle of the funnel? Now, I would look at this sort of in this kind of way. If 1 to 5% of your contacts in your database need to convert into a paying customer in order for you to hit your growth targets, you can't be relying upon 1 to 5% growth from your database. I would say 1% is probably a good margin. But if you all of a sudden have to grow at 10 to 20%, you have to convert 10 to 20% of your database into paying customers, the likelihood of you being able to accomplish that and accomplish that well is not high. So I would spend a lot of time trying to build my database up. If you're going to do that, it's most likely that you're going to spend money on advertising. It's going to be marketing budget. You're going to spend money on marketing research or in lead generation budget overall. The goal there, though, is that you want to bring more people into your database so that you can raise awareness within your database in order to move people down through the funnel. So that's your first question. Is, do I have enough people in my database to hit the growth targets that I want to actually hit? Now, maybe that's a great place for you to start, but some of you are thinking, well, I already have the giant database. I have a bunch of contacts. What do I do then? Well, if you have a big database of contacts, we would need to take a look at the top of your funnel, right? Up here in the awareness category still. How many of the contacts in your database that are just contacts, they may be leads of some sort, how many of them are converting into a nurturing path, right? So they're going to go from awareness, I know you exist, into consideration. It's part of my buying cycle now. I need to think about you in part of my buying cycle, and I'm considering utilizing you as a potential solution for my problem, and therefore they're a customer. You're going to generate a customer, right? Now, the questions here are, do you even have nurturing to begin with? I know lots of businesses that don't even have nurturing paths, right? They go from lead to sales and they don't even nurture or have any kind of nurturing path, or they rely completely 100% on sales to do that. So do you have a nurturing path? Also, how long is it taking for you to go from somebody in a nurturing path to a closed customer? You know, if it's going from a 3 to an 18-month process, can you shorten that cycle? Well, if you need to shorten that cycle, you may be able to do that with marketing. You also may be able to do that with your sales team if they have a good nurturing function and they can kind of do that. I will say that a lot of sales teams only want to work with hot leads. When I work with the sales team, a lot of times they tell me, we don't have time or the patience to be doing a lot of nurturing activities. We want hot leads coming in all the time. Now, that's great, but you need to be able to have a nurturing path, because a lot of the leads that are coming into your funnel are just not going to be hot leads. And if you've ever been in a place where, yes, hot leads are being generated by, advertising on Google or Facebook or wherever, LinkedIn maybe, that's great, but a lot of times that dries up. And so when those hot leads dry up, you're going to need to spend money on a nurturing path. Now, can your sales team do that? Sometimes sales teams can do lead nurturing really well. Other times, marketing teams can do lead nurturing even better. Sometimes I've even had to create hybrid situations where we have sort of a sales and marketing middle team that comes in to nurture a bunch of leads and turn them into hot leads and qualify them for the sales team. So again, if we don't have enough at the top of the database, then we're looking at, are we nurturing enough of our leads in order to convert them? If that's the case, then you need to ask yourself, okay, do I need to convert? Can I nurture them via marketing, which is going to probably save me money overall if we're working with a lot of leads? Or can I have my sales team go into a nurturing path if maybe they have a lot of time on their hands? We can go either way in that regard. So you want to look at that for sure. The next thing you want to look at is, are leads converting at the bottom of your funnel, right? In this conversion area right here. And the question there really becomes, is the sales team being effective? Does the product need to change? That's usually a marketing function thing that you might need to spend money on. Is the sales team properly equipped? Are your competitors having better marketing at the end of the funnel? For things like, for example, do you have an ROI calculator? If you make a decision for us, this is how that's going to shake out over time. Well, those are really important things that people need to be doing late in the funnel so that you can help your sales team help your potential customers into making a decision for you and becoming full customers. So you want to really understand what is your conversion rate at the end of the funnel, and can marketing help out with that, or is that a sales training issue? And you're going to need to take a look at is my sales team the right sales team, or do I need to bring on marketing people? A good place to look at what your competitors are doing. Are your competitors converting? Are you losing business to one of your competitors? Is it a product issue? Is it a sales issue? Kind of figuring some of that out. Maybe it's a marketing resources issue. Figure that out before you increase your marketing spend. And then the last thing I would say too is this advocacy piece here, which is called a lot of different things, but loyalty and advocacy get called a lot of different things in different funnels that you may look at. But at the heart of this is, are you retaining your customers? If you're starting to lose customers, is that because your sales team is overwhelmed? Do you have a relationship management team that's not able to keep people around? Or are you not doing enough to keep marketing to them after they've become a customer? Definitely an interesting thing to look at if your loyalty is starting to diminish. But what you would hope is that your loyalty stays really high, and on top of that, people become advocates for you and start referring you out to other people. So the question you probably came to this video with was, what should my marketing budget be? And unfortunately, that's a complex question to answer. There's going to be a lot of places you can go on, a lot of websites, and look out and see, oh, your marketing budget should be between 5 and 25% of your overall revenue. You're going to see a lot of those things. Unfortunately, that's not very helpful because it's not telling you where you're failing in your marketing or sales funnel. So if you know where in your marketing or sales funnel you're failing, you can either augment that with marketing spend, or you can come along and say, okay, I actually need to revitalize the way that my sales team is actually functioning. Now, this is what I do for a lot of folks. So if you find yourself in need of sort of an analysis of the marketing and sales funnel, reach out to me. Let me know. I'd be happy to help you with that. Any other questions you have about setting a marketing budget, leave those down below. Thanks for watching.